welcome back to One More Thing, and welcome back to this week's episode of Weekend Update. We're going to talk about all things Universal Florida parks.
Yeah, Universal Studios, Islands of Adventure, Epic.
All the updates, dates you need to know. Let's get into it.
Okay, so our first update at Universal Studios Florida is Revenge of the Mummy. It will be closed for refurbishment from January 15th through the 21st.
I think it's just going to be a routine kind of maintenance, refurbishment, give it a little extra love and tune up where it needs it. I don't think they're going to be doing anything super major to it.
Yeah.
Although it would be really cool if they added something like out of nowhere, like if in Universal Studios Hollywood, Revenge of the Mummy, in the same ride system, they have this part where it feels like bugs are going across your feet.
A little air shooting across your feet. That would trip people up.
What if they just added that out of nowhere? Let's just start some rumors. Next update is the Hogwarts Express is going to be closed also for refurbishment February 9th through the 23rd of 2026. So if you're trying to get between Universal Studios Florida and Islands of Adventure, you will not be able to do that on the Hogwarts Express. You will have to go back out through the main entrance of the park and get around that way. So that's kind of a bummer, you know, if you're visiting for the very first time and you've never ridden the Hogwarts Express, it will not be available for those dates. So just keep that in mind.
At least it's not a really hot time of year where people have to walk the long way around.
That's true.
So maybe that's why they did it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is a bummer.
Yeah, I don't think, again, they'll be doing anything super major to it. Probably just some nice tune-ups, maybe, you know, take a look at all the screens and the audio and everything.
Yeah.
So I'm sure it'll look nice and fresh when it's done.
Yeah. So this next one's a big one. Rip Ride Rockit's replacement will be revealed in 2026, according to speculation. They're saying that Universal has been extra quiet about this one, so it's got to be something big.
Yeah, there's a lot of speculation online. I think it's going to be Ghostbusters. I think that makes the most sense. It's such a beloved franchise. It doesn't have a current ride right now, and I think it could be really well done. They could do a really good job with that. So I think that's the biggest speculation right now is it going to be Ghostbusters? Are they going to reveal that, or is it going to be something totally different? Let us know in the comments. What do you think? Because I think that's like the biggest piece of news really right now, and the biggest speculation going on is what's going in Rip Ride Rockit's place.
Yeah, and it's been sad. We've been there and seen the demolition occur.
It is sad.
And it's just, you know, tearing it down, but hopefully they'll build something that's equally as good, if not better.
Yeah, it is sad to see a ride just be torn to shreds and ripped apart.
Yeah, it used to be a cool one to watch at night, see it all lit up and everything. So, yeah.
Next on the list is Finnegan's Bar and Grill. That is going to be closing January 26th. Apparently reopening sometime in winter of 2026. They're going to be doing some major renovations to that restaurant. We have never personally eaten there, so I don't know if we're going to miss it or not. But just so you know, if you are a huge fan of Finnegan's Bar and Grill, it is not going to be available for the majority of 2026 while they're renovating it.
Yeah, it gives you an opportunity to try something different while you're there if that's your go-to.
Yes. Also, apparently they were going to revamp the horror makeup show, but then they changed their minds.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's still on the docket. Maybe they'll be doing that later in the season. I would love to see an update to the horror makeup show. Yeah,
I read they were going to do a major refresh of everything from the robot that jumps out and scares you to the footage they show.
Don't give it away.
Oh, if you haven't been there in the last 15 years.
Oh my gosh.
That's one of our favorites, but they said, yeah, it's just time for that to have an update. And I'm sure the staff wants to see that too.
Yeah, so they were going to get going with that, but now they've kind of pumped the brakes and put it on pause. So no immediate plans for changes to the horror makeup show. So switching gears, let's talk about festivals that are coming to Universal. We have Mardi Gras International Flavors of Carnival at Universal Studios. That's going to be February 7th through April 4th. So that's almost 2 whole months.
Yeah, it's a long festival.
Mardi Gras fun. Tons of food available. They have the parade where they like throw beads. We went last year and it was so much fun.
Okay, so after that we have the Butterbeer Festival in spring. It's an annual celebration, all things butterbeer. They have special treats, limited time menu items, themed merchandise, and in 2025 they had butterbeer cream puff.
I remember trying that one and it was actually really
like
good.
it, yeah. a butterbeer flavored chocolate bar and butterbeer flavored caramel, butterbeer ice lolly, and butterbeer fudge. So something for everyone. If you like just a frozen butterbeer, get that and have a piece of chocolate along with it.
Yeah, all things butterbeer all day in the spring. I love the merchandise last year. I'm excited to see what merchandise they bring out for that festival. So that's awesome. I love that they do that. So let's hop on over to Islands of Adventure. The big news over here is that Jurassic Park River Adventure, it's now closed by the time this video comes out. It closed on January 5th, and it's going to remain closed through November 19th of 2026 for a refurbishment. We don't know what they're doing. However, it needs some love. It needs some updates. We actually rode it over the summer, kind of like late summer, and we just kind of noticed as we went through, like, this ride needs some love.
Something. The animatronic dinosaurs just need a little updating.
Yeah, some of them are just a little rickety and need a little love. So I am personally manifesting that it's going to be something like we see over in Universal Studios Hollywood. We rode that a couple years ago. I don't know if they're going to be able to make like a huge tank like that with the screen the way that they do in Hollywood. But I hope they do something big. Maybe like they put that big Indominus Rex in there.
That would be cool.
I don't know if they have the time or the money to do it. But
I think they do with that time. If they were just closed for a couple months, I'd say no. But that's a long span of time, almost a whole year. So I think they'd be able to pop in something incredible and really surprise people when it's open.
Yeah.
So also at Islands of Adventure, Lost Continent will be closing. Speculation is that in 2026 we'll finally hear what they're going to be replacing it with.
I have no idea. Let us know in the comments what you think it's going to be. I don't really have any good guesses. I have no idea what they're going to do with that area. It's so, like, there's so many rocks and it feels very Mediterranean.
Yeah.
And it also feels kind of like older, like stuck in time.
Yeah.
So I don't know what would be the best thing to go in there. So let's hop on over to Epic Universe, and the big speculation for Epic Universe is that they are, of course, doing the new expansion in Super Nintendo World. And what is that going to be? There is a lot of guessing going on. People think it's going to be Zelda.
Yeah, possibly Zelda, possibly Pokemon.
They're thinking Zelda because vertical construction permits were filed, titled Project 915. And there was also a new permit filed for the Wizarding World. So I don't know, like, what would they put in the Wizarding World? Would it go like in the 1990s British Ministry of Magic area, or like the Paris? I feel like Paris area needs a ride.
Paris needs a ride. I've heard that, it's either gonna be a ride and or they're doing a large kind of dining hall sort of thing.
Okay.
So we'll have to see as it gets a little bit, as they start, kind of putting stuff up, and you can see pictures online of people that fly over with a helicopter and can kind of see construction updates and start to put it together of what it's gonna be. So I'm hoping for a ride, something where you're riding a broom that doesn't make you nauseous, like
Forbidden Journey.
Forbidden Journey.
I would love to see something else from the Fantastic Beasts franchise, since that's what that whole area is themed to. And I know we have Le Cirque Arcanu, which is the show where you kind of go inside Newt Scamander's briefcase, but I always wanted like a ride where I got to go into his suitcase and see all of these magical creatures. So Universal, that's what I would like, please.
I think they're listening.
Yeah.
So, regardless, it's going to be something new. It's going to be a surprise, something to get excited about. And I know when they built Epic, the plans, they knew this stuff in advance and were able to keep those areas free to expand into. It's not like they bought just a little bit of land and then are kind of constrained and has to take something out to put something new in.
Yes, for sure. And then, 'tis the season. I don't think it's ever too early to start speculating about Halloween Horror Nights houses. Actually, I haven't done any like deep diving yet about like permits and like what the projects are called. So if you're interested in that, let me know and I can include it in our next update.
Yeah.
But off the top of your head, are there any houses that you would be like really interested in seeing this coming year?
I think it'd be fun to see one based on a classic movie.
Okay.
Something they could bring back that's not just brand new. Something like a a Jaws house or something that's just that fans of the original franchise can it'll really draw them in to say, oh my gosh, this is something for us.
See, I want to take like a different angle, and I want the scare zone from last year, the cat lady of Crooked Lane. I want that to be a house. I want a house full of children being turned into cats. And the cat lady, I just want an entire house full of it. Yeah. I think it would be amazing. And then, of course, like Welcome to Derry is very popular right now. Yeah. I think that would be a great house. I mean, of course, I personally love Stranger Things. I'm not holding my breath that we'll get a Stranger Things house, but I think that would be amazing. So those are my little wish lists, but we'll keep you updated with what's to come.
Yeah, what we hear.
Yeah, so I hope you found this helpful if you are visiting the Universal parks, you know, sort of early in the year up through like the summer, just some important dates to keep in mind, ride closures, transportation, things like that. We hope you find it helpful, and let us know in the comments if you're heading to the Universal parks anytime soon. We would love to know.
Yep.